Sam plays a forest and passes. Tom plays a mountain and passes. John plays a plains, casts Venerable Knight, and passes. Extra plays a luxurious suite and passes. Sam plays a forest, casts Arcane Signet, and passes. Tom plays a mountain, casts Generator's Servant, and passes. John goes to combat and attacks Sam with his knight, triggering Sidar to loot and deal 2 damage. After combat, he plays a command tower, casts Forsworn Paladin, and passes. Extra plays an island, casts Nezumi Prowler, and passes. Sam plays a forest, casts Wood Elves, finding another forest, and passes. Tom plays a mountain, casts his commander, Urabrask, with the help of a Generator's Servant, attacks Sam for 4 damage, and passes. John goes to combat and attacks Tom with Knight, triggering Sidar to loot and dealing 2 damage. After combat, he plays a Glacial Fortress, casts Talisman of Dominance, and passes. Extra plays a mountain, casts Urabrask's Forge, goes to combat, making a token with Forge, attacking Sam for 1 and Tom for 3, before passing the turn. Sam casts a Lotus Cobra, plays a forest triggering Cobra, followed by his commander Vorinclex, finding 2 forests before passing the turn. Tom plays a mountain, casts Electrostatic Field, followed by Crash Through, triggering Urabrask and Field, Warlord's Fury, triggering them again, Cathartic Reunion, discarding 2 cards, triggering both creatures. After that, he activates Urabrask, but is met with dire tactics from John, losing 1 life to Talisman. Tom then passes a turn. John goes to combat and attacks Tom for 1 damage and extra for 2, triggering Sidar to loot. After combat, he casts his commander Sidar Jabari of Zalfir, plays a tapped Watery Grave, and passes. Extra plays a Dragon's Gold Summit, casts his commander Goro-Goro and Satoru, goes to combat, making a token with Forge, and passes. Sam plays a forest, triggering Cobra, casts Harrow, sacrificing a forest, finding 2 new forests, triggering Cobra twice, followed by Boundless Realms, finding 7 forests, triggering Cobra 7 times. He then casts Howl of the Night Pack, making 14 wolves. After that, he attacks John for 6, and passes the turn. Tom plays a mountain, casts Alhamrat's Archive, and passes. John goes to combat and attacks Tom with his commander, triggering his effect to loot and dealing 4 damage, triggering his second effect to return Ariel into play. After combat, he plays a Deserted Beach, casts Midnight Reaper, and passes. Extra plays a swamp, casts Berserker's Onslaught, goes to combat, making a token with Forge, and attacks Tom with a token. Tom takes 6, triggering Goro-Goro, making 2 dragons. After combat, he passes a turn. Sam first goes to combat and attacks Extra with all of his creatures. Extra blocks 3 wolves and a cobra, taking 29 damage. After combat, Sam transforms Vorinclex, finding Undergrowth Champion and Tireless Provisioner. He then casts Rampaging Baloths, plays a land triggering all landfalls, followed by Farhaven Elf, finding a forest, triggering landfall again before passing the turn. Tom plays a mountain, recasts Urabrask, and passes. John goes to combat and attacks Tom with his commander, triggering his effect to loot and dealing 4 damage, triggering his second effect to return Universal Automaton into play. After combat, he plays a swamp and passes. Extra plays an island, casts Allura, Merry Thief, goes to combat, making a token with Forge, attacks Sam with 2 dragons and a horror, giving the horror unblockable with Allura, which deals 28 damage, killing Sam and making 2 dragons with Goro-Goro. After that, he passes. Tom plays a mountain, casts Runaway Steamkin, followed by Ancestral Anger targeting Urabrask, triggering his board. and he casts Fist of Flame, triggering his board again, killing extra. Bergie. Recoup on Finale. Finale for X equals 2 on Reunion and Fists. Torbran. Mechanized Warfare. Magmatic Insight. And finally, Galvanic Blast, which is able to finish off John along with his massive Urabrask.